Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I've come to talk with you again.
Because a vision softly creeping
Left it see while I was sleeping.
and the vision that was planted in my brain
Still remains
within the sounds of silence. In reckless dreams I walk alone,
Narrow streets of cobblestone.
'neath the halo of a street lamp.
I turn my collar to the cold and damp.
When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light
That split the light.
and
I
touched the sound of
silence.
silence.
All right, that was Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. One of my favorite all-time songs, Wendy.
It was a good one, another toughie, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah, we did a lot of lines there, and you had recommended maybe cutting it a little short.
And
but
you wanted to just keep going.
it is my favorite.
Pushing,
It is my favorite
overdo
song.
it.
It is my favorite song, and I thought it'd be cool to just keep listening.
I went with it.
And it was good. I thought it came out okay. You know,
Yeah.
neither of us are Simon and Garfunkel.
No.
We're Wendy and Gary.
Right.
And if we were Simon and Garfunkel, we probably
wouldn't be here.
wouldn't be sitting here doing this show right now.
Right.
Anyway, we have a Bloody Mary, Wendy. Another great presentation here. What do we have today?
This is the boneless chicken wing with peppers and celery and a nice piece of bacon and olives.
Delicious.
And they're boneless. I think we had wings before.
Yeah, we had wings with bones. These are the boneless buffalo.
Buffalo.
Yeah, boneless buffalo
Oh yeah, they
bites.
do look a little.
Because we dip them in buffalo
saucy.
sauce, and that sauce now is actually dripping into the Bloody Mary.
So good.
So it's adding more kick. To
And a
the
lot of
Bloody
people
Mary.
prefer not to have the bone. So this is a nice, alternative. If you're not into the bone, you can have the boneless.
Yes, yes. Before we get into the movie, Wendy, I wanted to talk about face masks again. You know, everyone has been talking about how they're a little distracting wearing the face mask, and it's
Right.
a little uncomfortable.
Sure.
Like certain times they get around your ear and it can bend them funny, and just funny things like that. Well, I have two positive notes about face masks.
Bring them on.
Okay. Actually, three. One is, you know those disgusting cold sores people happen to get sometimes? Because I know because I get them. Canker sore, cold sore,
Did you have
whatever
to
they are.
announce that?
Well, anyway, when you're wearing
That's
the
a strong
mask,
suit.
you can completely cover a cold sore now. So you
Good
have
point.
a perfect way to hide a cold
So
sore.
those of you who don't go out when you get cold sores, now you can go out.
You can go out and you wear a mask and it doesn't matter anymore. It's
Beautiful.
perfect. And the other thing is, what about bad breath? If you wear a
Perfect.
mask, only you now are smelling your bad breath. No one else can smell your breath.
And you know how sometimes there's close talkers and they're really close and they have bad breath and they don't know it and they get closer. It's like the people with the bad breath always are on top of you.
Exactly. And now with social distancing, they can't be that close. But it's still hard
I
for
love
those
it.
people. So
Okay.
they still get close. But if you have the mask
Right.
on, you can't get their breath.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I
and then
love
the
it.
other thing I thought of too is, sometimes you get a little acne around your face. The mask can cover that
I
as
feel
well.
like the mask is going to make people itch more and maybe more rashes. Maybe will irritate.
But
the
maybe
acne.
you can cover it up. I don't know, but the masks,
Good idea.
they're actually good for some things. All right. Now let's move on to, Wendy, your movie of the day. And this one is a killer. I love this movie.
American Beauty.
American Beauty. Kevin Spacey, Annette Bening, and Thora Birch. This was a story of a frustrated suburban father who has a midlife crisis after becoming infatuated with his daughter's best friend. This movie won a number of awards, so I highly suggest you watch this movie. This is a fantastic movie. If you never saw American Beauty, watch it. And if you've already watched it once, watch it again. It's worth it.
Another great actor, Kevin Spacey. Wasn't there
Spacey.
some controversy?
Yeah, he had a little controversy recently with the law. I don't know if he did anything or not.
No.
We're not sure yet,
No.
but there was some controversy.
Great actor, though.
Yeah. And did you know the title of the film, it's American Beauty. It refers to a breed of roses that, while pretty and appealing in appearance, is often prone to rot underneath at the roots and branches of the plant. Thus, the tagline, look closer, tells the viewer that when they look beyond the perfect suburban life, they will find something rancid and rude. So not all happy families are happy, maybe. Maybe that's what that means. That not all happiness on the outside means that inside maybe there's a little turbulence.
Great point.
But anyway, that's
That was a
American
good
Beauty,
point.
and it's a great film. But there are people that certainly have issues during this time, and that's why we've decided to bring on Athena Scooberman, life coach, and she's going to help a gentleman that we have on the show to see if he can overcome his anxiety with the fact that his family thinks he's turning into a dog.
Oh.
Yeah, do you believe that?
No.
It's crazy. Watch this. And now, another episode of Athena Scooberman, life coach extraordinaire. My family, they're saying I have these characteristics like I'm starting to act like a dog. Every time my kids hug me, every time my kids hug me, I want to itch behind my ear and scratch. And then whenever I see a fire hydrant, I have this strange urge to urinate. And I'm always licking myself. Can you help me, Dr. Scooberman?
I see. Well, when I'm not having one of these dog day afternoons, I try to focus on my baubles. What kind of bauble am I going to put on? Is it going to be a big bauble? Is it going to be something that makes me feel good? Sometimes I try to think about color. What's going to make me feel bright and cheery? Do I want a bright color? My friend Candace called me the other day and said, Athena, what do you think for nail polish? Should I go for dark? Should I go for black and gray? I said, you know what? Candace, it's going to make you feel gloomy. Go for bright colors. Bright colors always make you feel great.
How is that going to help me, Athena Scooberman?
Oh, life isn't all about you. Your time's up.
Next week, Athena Scooberman, life coach extraordinaire, cures another pathetic loser.
And there's Athena Scooberman helping out another person. Thank you, Athena.
I like you in that dog outfit.
Wait, really? You're going to make me wear this the entire show?
You're fine.
Oh, come on. I can't wear this the entire show.
Of course you can.
Maybe you
This
could,
is a comedy
maybe you could
show.
change me back. Well, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
just didn't want to wear that the entire show.
You're comfy now.
Yeah, now I'm back in my
Okay.
normal attire.
That was fun.
All right, so we now have a shout out of the day, Wendy.
You give it today.
All right, so we're going to do a shout out to those people that are working at home but that are still keeping the infrastructure of our society going. And that would be people like accountants and attorneys. Because they're helping people, they're small businesses, they're helping people that are still trying to apply for unemployment, still do their taxes, everything. And these are people that can work from home but are still out there.
Small business loans.
Small business loans.
Huge
Yes,
for them.
yes, big time.
Thank you.
So they're out there. So we want to shout out to accountants, attorneys, all those people that are working from home now, but still working to make sure our lives are a little bit easier.
Good
So thank
one.
you.
I
And
like that.
I'm going to have a sip of drink on you, but then again, I would have had a sip anyway. It is our happy hour. All right, here we go, Wendy. With a positive thought, do you have one for us?
Yes, I do. It is, you have to love yourself before really loving someone else. And it's hard because we're our own critics. We can criticize ourselves left and right. But again, as we age, we try to say, look at your positives. So if you have some negatives about yourself, try to just focus on the positive. Shout out to my sister, Debbie Novick. She always says, be kind to yourself. And that's such a good phrase. Be kind to yourself. Don't be so critical. Love yourself. And then you can give your all to whoever else that you want to love because you feel good about you. So really think about that, to love yourself first. Don't be hard on yourself.
All right, that's a great positive thought. And, you know, and also when I think of that is I think of people that when you compliment someone and they don't accept it.
That's a big one. A lot of times people will say, oh, I love that. And people are like, oh, but just say thank you. And
That's
that
it.
takes a lot of
That's
work.
it. Yes.
Just say thank you. And again, practice it. And you may not always be great at it, but if you can keep just saying thank you and not giving excuses, it gives you more confidence.
Yes. I love myself.
You do. You're a strong lover of yourself.
Yes, I do. All right. On that note, I'm going to leave with a little quote myself. A few bad chapters does not mean your story is over. There's always a chance to change the story of how your life is going. So remember that. Tomorrow, we are finally at another Friday.
The real happy hour tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow is the real happy hour Friday. You know, someone mentioned something to us yesterday on the show that it was our 20th episode.
20. It feels like yesterday we started.
So that's like 20 days in quarantine, you know, not including the weekends, but that's like 20 days.
And we're all adjusting.
Yeah, and
I think everyone is getting it. You have your days that sometimes they're not perfect. You have, you know, issues throughout, but then you pull together, and this is our new life.
Yes,
so we have to get used to it. We have no choice.
Yes, and that means today is episode 21.
21?
You remember that? 10 plus 10. What's 10 plus 10? 21. It's like a joke that went on a little while ago, but I still think of that today. So today is episode 21. Anyway, thanks for joining in with us, everybody. We hope you had fun at our happy hour, and make sure yours continues on, because you know ours certainly will.
Cheers.